Good morning, everyone. This is Ashwini from Sakuraa. A warm welcome to all of you today. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thanks to all of you who have joined us for the webinar today on a Saturday morning. I would extend a warm welcome to Shankara-san from Toyota Motors who's joined us today. Good morning, Shankara-san. And also, good morning, Rama-san, who's joining us today. Before we start off the session today, I would just like to, update you a quick do's and don'ts for the webinar for the participants today. So we will start off today by quickly, by a small introduction about SNRC from Rama-san. After that, I'll be handing it over to Shankara-san for his talk. And at the end of the session, we'll be taking we'll be having a Q&A session where the participants, if you have any queries, doubts, please write it down in the chat box. We will read out the questions, will be answered by Shankara-san. Since this Michi, webinar is being recorded, we will be sharing it on our social media platforms. So I would request the participants to refrain from using the, board for scribbling or, anything. So kindly maintain the decorum. And we would start off today. Again, a warm welcome to all of you. So I'll be handing it over to Rama-san.
Yeah, good morning to all. Ashwini-san, requested, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, yeah, a warm welcome, as Ashwini indicated, a very warm welcome to this Michi. So, just for your information, we've been conducting such Michi programs, Michi seminars, webinars for the last two plus years, and we've, as of now, conducted around 30 Michi programs. We've had eminent speakers from all the top-notch companies coming and speaking on this webinar and sharing their valuable inputs, experiences, and their know-how about the industry, about the need. So in the same series, we have Shankara-san, who is obliged and, has agreed to come on this webinar on this Saturday morning when most of them have an off. It's good that students have joined and also Shankara-san. So thank you very much, Shankara-san, for accepting our request and coming and giving your valuable time and knowledge and sharing it with all these participants here. So majority of them are our students, and we have all these engineering and non-engineering college goers who need to understand, or you need to be apprised of about what Japan is all about, right? So but before that, let me start with a very short introduction of SNRC, to which I belong to, and then we will take it forward from there. Thanks, Ashwini-san, for sharing the screen. So, as you all know, we are called as Sakuraa Nihongo Resource Center, based out of Bangalore. We have been in this industry for the last 23 years as an exclusive Japanese language services company. And if it comes to the line of business, it is, I would say, it is split into three lines. One, to the corporates, where we are continuously catering to their, to Japanese language services for them. The other, as an institute, we teach one and all who are very keen to learn Japanese, irrespective of their age. We have young schoolgoers, still top management professionals. As per their need, they come and learn. The third, we are again associated with a lot of colleges and universities, where we teach Japanese to their students before they graduate out as per the need. Okay, so let's speaking about the corporates, because many of you might be from the corporate world, some of our students, and of course Shankara-san and his team of course know about us. So basically we've been into training, which has been our, I would say, the biggest strength of ours, both virtual and in person. Translations, translating documents from Japanese to English and English to Japanese, vice versa. And the next two programs are flagship programs of SNRC. Train about Japanese culture and business etiquette to Indians so that they understand the Japanese mindset and work according. And on the other hand, sensitize Japanese expats who are here in India about the Indian mindset, Indian type of working, so that we bridge the gap between these two entities and work for the betterment of the organization. So Shankara-san would surely agree, because even before you learn the language, learn to speak or whatever, you should understand their culture. They are very, very rich in culture. So understand that culture and take it forward. Last but not the least, anyone who wants to learn, the end goal is get placed in their dream job. All right. So we are into bilingual placements. We are not a regular placement company. Any professional with Japanese language is only whom we place, and we've been working. Just for your information, we conduct job mela, a job mela, a bilingual job mela on a virtual note. And we just last Saturday, we had this for this year, the second time. So we place a lot of people in different companies, even in Japan locations too. Next slide, please. So few of the clients with whom we've been working in and out for the last 20 plus years. And Japanese being a very niche market, it's always been a repetitive business that we need to get. So we have to be the best in the market for that. Yeah, next. So as I said, we are associated with a lot of colleges where they want us to teach their students pick up Japanese. And again, there it is varied from being jail for focusing for JLPT levels or conversation or even interview tips and tricks. So even such things we have done for the colleges, and few names of colleges with whom we have been associated, you can see here. Next, please. So there are lots of institutes, so many institutes pan India, right? So what is unique about SNRC? Why should anyone choose SNRC? Because we give a 360-degree angle for learning. So it is not just focusing for the exam, just preparing you for an exam and get certified. Yes, that is the core intent. But along with that, we always feel there has to be a lot more when you learn a new language. So you have to be, have knowledge about their culture, should be able to speak, should understand the nuances. So all these things are imbibed into our learning methodology and give you a lot of opportunities, avenues to use your language. What you are learning, how do you put it to use? Because not everyone has an avenue at their workplace or wherever they study, learn, whatever. So we bring you a reading room. We bring you, a lot of opportunities to put the language to use and interact with natives, understand what is required for a language learning. So all these things make us unique. And the online program, I mean, unlike everyone and anyone who have jumped into the online because of this pandemic hit, but we, luckily for us, because of our corporate connect, we started off our online programs almost 13 years ago out of our 23 years of. So standardizing that also has been helpful when we were hit with the pandemic. Next slide, please. So as I said, the end result for learning, anyone would want to get a dream job. So we have an exclusive website where participants, I mean, at least most of the corporates look out for N3 level, but yeah, even from an N4 level, you can upload your profile and we can support you in your getting your dream job. Right. So I know you are all waiting to hear from Shankara-san, so let me just stop it here. You can follow us on our social media and take it further from there. You can always approach us for learning. So the most awaited part of today's event, Shankara-san's talk. So let me, hand it over to him. Thanks a lot, Shankara-san again, and we are all waiting to hear from.
Yeah, very, very good morning to all of you. Ramasan, just before start up my explanation, I want to share my screen. I have just some bullet points are there which I wanted to share for. Please confirm for me.
Shankara-san, before you start off, could I just introduce you?
Yeah, please. Lot of disturbance is there from surrounding. Somebody can mute the mirror. Please.
Request all of you to be on mute, please. Yeah, I just wanted to do a small introduction about Shankara-san before he starts off. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, please.
Yes. Yes. So to start off, I just wanted to say a few lines about Shankara-san. So Shankara-san, started off his career as a lecturer in Engineering College, Mysore, in the year 1994, and he's also had a very short stint in machine tool industry till 1997. So his passion for automobile persuaded him to join Toyota Kirloskar Motors Private Limited in 1998 as a young engineer in manufacturing function. So as he transitioned into his new role, he was sent to the TMC, that is Toyota Motor Corporation Japan, to enhance his engineering skill and interpersonal abilities. So his love for cars, enthusiasm to explore new things helped him to grow professionally and personally. Establishing the paint shop for manufacturing function was paramount to his professional life. The successful launch of vehicle and continued effort at work elevated his career as a deputy general manager. So Toyota's strong philosophy and his personal belief in culture and people development brought him to the human resources group in the year 2012. So here I quote Shankara-san. So as a the HR person, as a leader in the HR, he personally he believes people and culture are intertwined, shaping the way we interact with the world and each other. Embracing diversity while fostering unity is the key to building inclusive and resilient societies in a globalized world. Through cultural exchange, education, and a commitment to preserving the cultural heritage, we can navigate the challenges and opportunities of a multicultural world, forging a path towards a more harmonious and enriched future for all. So this is to quote Shankara-san, again extending a warm welcome to him. So handing it over to you, Shankara-san.
Thank you, madam. Actually, so just I will share my screen. So please.
Yes, yes.
Is it visible?
Not at Shankara-san. Can you just share it again?
It's a small icon which comes. Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Yes, it is visible, Shankara.
It is visible.
Yeah. So very good morning to all of you. Already Madam introduced about me. I would like to speak about Japan. That is, I'm not a specialist, but at the same time, what is the whatever I experienced and whatever my thoughts are there about Japan, and also I want to share what is happening in the business, especially in the auto market, and what kind of opportunities are existing for the young members. So let me start with the introduction madam is given, but I want to share my experience in my career. So in this whole my career, actually, when I joined Toyota, I joined Toyota in 1998. So when I joined Toyota, actually, there was one of the first job for us was to learn the Japanese language. So I am the one of the first few engineers joined Toyota Motor Corporation, so Toyota Kirloskar Motor Private Limited, India. So first job was the opportunity was to learn the Japanese language. So in that point of time, actually, it was not there in Bangalore, but we traveled to Pune, where the language training. So you can imagine, after the engineering, after working, suddenly language training, started learning. But after a month, one of the HR head from the Toyota Motor Corporation, Japan, he came to India and he started checking our language level. And he set a very severe target that within 3 months, we should reach to the 95% of the B grade. So that point of time, there was a B, C, D. And B is, you can understand the level, A is a severe. So we should reach to the B level and 95% should be that. So if you don't achieve, we cannot enter Toyota. That was the first challenge we had. So started learning 16 to 18 hours per day. So after 3 months, so the exams were conducted, and we went to Japan. Believe it or not, across the world, actually there were 40 members were there from different parts of the world, and it was a common Japanese exam was there. So in that, sorry, a lot of disturbance is happening. Can you please mute?
Ashwini-san, can you look and mute people, please? Or you make
Yes,
me
yes.
the host,
Yes, yes, I'm
co-host,
doing
I'll
that.
also be.
Yes, yes. Please continue, Shankara-san. I'm doing that.
So the Indians that we few people who attended that the exam in Japan, we scored 95%, and the other parts, the between the Indian members and other members, there was a huge gap. So most of the people scored about 60%, but we all scored 95%. So why I'm giving this kind of this my experience is. Please challenge you're all learning language. Just please don't learn as just a hobby, but learn to the challenge. Take a very bigger challenge, so keep a very higher target, and if you try, if I can do means all of you can do it. So that is the belief I am having. So that is what I wanted to share, my experience about language. So about Japan, so all of you are must Googled and knows about already. Sakuraa Institute also must have told about country and culture, everything. But what is my view about the Japan? Actually, Japan, if you all go to the history, they are. It is a closed. It was a closed country. And 1945, when the World War happened, actually, they went into the very bad shape. They were not having any, they don't have any, even their, they did not have reserves. Their economy was in the very bad condition. And another, the drawback of Japan is they don't have the minerals. So any country, natural resources are very, very, very important. But they don't have any natural resources, whether it is in terms of the coal or in terms of the crude, or any metals. They don't have the such kind of material. But what made Japan difference is the people and people their hard work. So all Japanese after the World War, they worked so hard with their dedication, with their love to the country, love to the job. They transformed the country within a decade. And within a decade, the country was in very poor condition, transformed into the one of the very advanced country. And if you all know that actually today, the Japan is famous for the very high technology, very reliable products, and Japan made their own brand now. So any country product is there. First, if people see that actually if it is a made in Japan, they choose that. So the reason is it is the durability or the way in which the technology or whatever is required for customers, they incorporate in that product. How it has happened, all these things? It has happened because of the people. So people passion, people hard work, and people love to their country made the big difference. So that is what I really take the learning from the Japan and Japanese actually. So if I get into their the culture, so through even I went to Japan in 1998. I was there in working for Toyota Motor Corporation, and even several time I visited Japan personally, professionally, and interacted with many Japanese, and also had an opportunity to even address the Nikkei business. It's a famous magazine in Japan, and even I gave an interview there, and also even I addressed the industry entire confederation of how it is their CI year. Similarly, there is a industrial association in Japan, So in a Japanese language, I address to all of them. So during this whole period, so culturally, as Rama madam told, actually there are a lot of differences are there, and definitely we should learn from them. Some of the points which I want to share are which impacted my learning is, first is the value for time. So even in the society or professionally, they value time like anything. So if meeting is at 10 o'clock, they will be there 5 minutes early, not too early also. So they feel that actually, oh, if I go early, there will be inconvenience to the customers. So they come, but not too early, not at all late. So whether it is a meeting or in the society, whether it is any of if you go to the railway station, train, bus, anything, if it is 5:32, so 5:32 you can expect the service. So even in the meeting also, where we never till now faced any meeting is postponed or cancelled or delayed. Such kind of situation we never faced. Almost 26 years are over, but we don't have that kind of experience with the Japanese. So they always mind and respect the time. The second, which I really learned, is the respect for the customers, or they always keep the inconvenience of others in mind, or customer in mind. If I look at the Japanese products, example, if you see it, let us take a simple example of our the milk, the packet. So we here actually we try to difficult to open, but they make a notch in such a way that it should be easily openable. It's a simple example I'm giving. Or if you go to the Japan, actually you will find one difference is, if person is escalator is there, all will stand in the left hand side. So right side they will leave the space so that people should go. If anybody emergency is there, they should be able to go. There should not be inconvenience for others. Even in the Japanese culture, like if you go to and visit their temples, so there will be a garden, Japanese garden, and there will be a place where the guest should be, the place will be there where they can sit and they can relax. So these are all the examples. Why I'm giving is, we will call it as Wamete-nashi culture. Wamete-nashi is a Japanese word. So Wamete-nashi is how I should give a art-touching experience to the customer. So this is it is there in their culture, and professionally also and personally also they follow this actually. And another point which I want to share, the respect is, the moment you visit any shop, the greetings are very common. Always, whether the start or end, the greetings will be always will be there. So the respect is the one which I could see in their culture. Third is the dedication to work. I never seen a Japanese member who are relaxing and not completing his work or not dedicating his during his work time. Even many subordinates were there, Japanese subordinates were there. Many Japanese worked above or below me. So they are really dedicated to work. And another important point which I want to highlight is the rule follow culture. So they don't sit and think about why this rule is there. So they first follow the rule. So if it is a rule is, if you can imagine the traffic, the rule is to go left means left. No overtake, no overtake. Or in the walking path, if it should be straight, we should walk, it should be straight. It should be left hand side, left hand side. So that kind of that rule follow culture is another very highlighting from them. So because of that, actually many inconvenience, safety issues, all these things are much better compared to any other country. Another point is I want to highlight is the dandori. That is, dandori is also another Japanese word, the preparation.
Shankara-san, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Your screen sharing has stopped. In between, it just, if you could share it again.
Yeah. Is it okay now? Is it okay?
Yes, it's visible. It's visible now.
Sorry to interrupt, please continue.
Yeah. So, and finally, they are also good with cleanliness, hygiene mindset, and even the society are they always the entire culture is the country first, then the company, and the family. So these kind of the priority they keep it in mind. So because of that, actually, their country, if I see, uh, whether inside the house or outside the house, very clean. Everybody follow the rule. There is no inconvenience in between for anybody, and they live life very happily. So that is the, in nutshell, their culture. So yeah, somebody is speaking. If they can share it with us, actually, it will be nice. Rama madam can yeah.
Yes, Shankara-san, I'm muting them. Sorry.
So I'll speak about auto industry. I'm from Toyota Kirloskar Motor Limited, where Toyota, you can, whatever the vehicle you are seeing from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, whichever Toyota cars are cars you are seeing, it is all manufactured in our premises here. And our company is there in Bangalore, in Bidadi, where 432 acres. So beautiful plant is there. So we manufacture all cars here, actually, whether it is Innova, Krista, Highrider, iCross, Lexus, Camry, all these vehicles are manufactured here. So almost capacity is about 3 lakh 50,000 vehicle we manufacture here. So with that background, I want to explain about what is happening in the auto industry. So auto industry, I'll call it as a once in a century transformation. So why I call it as a once in a century transformation is, if you remember the phones. So earlier the phone was something different. Now the smartphone, the change happened every year or every 2 years. It is getting changed, and it is connected to our lifestyle now. So such kind of big transformation, what has happened to the, whether it is a television or for the phone, same thing is happening to the auto industry. There is a huge change. It is happening. So when I was studying mechanical engineer, actually we used to think automobile means it is an engine with a, it's basically internal combustion engine. So now it is completely, there is a change. And it is, the change is very, very rapid. Few of the things I would like to, what is driving in the auto industry, I would like to share. First is the carbon neutrality. So carbon neutrality, it is coming from the global warming. So each country are committed to reduce the emission. So with that commitment, so government policies are becoming stricter and stricter. There are what is called as the CAFE norms. There will be carbon tax, trading. All these things are happening, and they are promoting every country promoting the zero emission cars. So because of which, whatever the technology currently is there, we cannot continue. So we need to transform. So this is very much required for the global warming. So all auto industry are committed to this and working towards this. Second area which we are seeing the change is the customer preference. So we all know that actually what kind of the impact happened after the COVID. So digitalization is the biggest change which is happening. So European countries already, the 80% of their car buying decision happens by through online. So that is the change is happening. And even in our the payments, everything is UPI based. So same kind of the impact is happening in the auto industries. And more of entertainment or user friendly, or more of like new capability in the car. So earlier car was there for moving from one place to another, but car is going to be customers are expecting their car should be part of their lifestyle. So such kind of shift is happening in the that is another the big trend which is happening. So because of this carbon neutrality and customer preference change, there is a shift in the technology. The technology, we'll call it as CASE. So CASE is nothing but connected, autonomous, and shared and electrified. So these kind of the new trends are going to happen. Connected meaning is the car is connected to our lifestyle. Autonomous is driverless car. Driverless car is going to come very soon. Already many of the countries it is commercialized and already running. So it will come to every country. And shared is people don't want to have a own car. There is a shift in people, a kind of shared mobility. So people want to have a sharing vehicle and electrified. And also another big change is happening is car means earlier it was a hardware design. It is just a designing of the engine, designing of the transmission. So now the hardware was the major, but the shift what is happening is software is leading the hardware design. So software will overtake, or it will become a the impact on the overall design of the car. And also we are expecting new technology are in the mobility solutions, where we will have a mini, micro, and air mobility will come into picture. So all these transformations by next one decade, it is going to happen very, very aggressively. That is what is the current our anticipation, and all companies are working towards this. So let me explain about the opportunities. So Japan, as I explained, actually is a pioneer in new technology. They are facing the huge human resource shortage. They need people in terms of skilled technicians, translators, engineers. They need people. They need people means not for just a people. Actually, they should have a very the skill. So there is a huge requirement of the human resource from the Japan point of view. And if I look at from the India point of view, we are the third. We are becoming the third largest economy in the world. And if I explain the demographical points, so already we have taken the population, overtaken the population to China, and our working age of population is the majority, and it is the highest. So that is a plus point for India. So if I look at from the India, our economy situation for next 2 decades, so India is going to contribute very heavily, or contribute to the whole world actually. So there is a huge employment opportunities in India. And also if I look at from the Japan and India combination point of view, so Indians are recognized as a qualitative and competitive human resource. So why I'm telling this point is we sent hundreds of people. Actually, even the skilled technicians we are dispatching from here. So almost 500 people are working in Japan in our Toyota Motor Corporation, and many engineers. And even I interacted with many of the Japanese firms. They have a very, very high evaluation about our Indian members. So we have that kind of the advantage from the Japan or Japanese angle. But one thing which we should adopt is whatever we explained about the culture. If we don't adopt those cultures, even whether we have a skill or knowledge, but that is the attitude portion. If that attitude is not incorporated by us, we will not be the favorable resources for them. So one thing which is required is we have to adopt to the culture of their country, and it is not something which is different. Even in our Indian culture also it is there. Only thing is we have to remind ourselves and we have to follow it. That's all, nothing different. And language is a very, very important actually. So even I want to give my example. So when I started career as an engineer, and there were other engineers, because of the language, I could understand their feelings, their emotions, and the speed of communication is faster. So because of which it is a kind of like a silver lining to our profession. So language and adapting to the culture is going to become a very big differentiator for anybody. So that's all from my side. If you have any queries or any questions, I will be happy to address. So these are all my thinking. So don't think that actually it is something which is concluded. Nothing like that. It is all my thoughts. So that's all from my side. So please, over to all of you. Thank you.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sir, what about non-technical background students? Is there any opportunity in Japan?
See, now, for anybody, some skill is required. So non-technical meaning is what? Even if the person is non-technical, if the person is a example, I want to give if the person is a nurse, or if the person is uh, maybe if he is not an engineer, but if he is a welder, or if he is anything, there is some skill is required actually. So nothing like actually non-technical, technical. The simple I want to say that is everybody is having we need to learn the one or the other skill. Example, even learning a language is also a skill. So if you have that skill, you are a resourceful person for the country, for inside and as well as for the others also.
Yeah, let me just interrupt here. Thank you, Shankara-san, for giving a beautiful insight. And as Shankara-san said, understanding the language, and but first and foremost, the culture is very important. I request all of you to put your questions in the chat box so that we can read it out one by one and check with Shankara-san. Just responding to Pragati-san's query, as Shankara-san said, everyone there is, because of the huge manpower requirement, there is lots of requirements there in Japan, and I mean because of our connect with the industry. Even just as I indicated last Saturday, when you said non-technical, I'm assuming it is from a commerce or a HR background, whatever the background is. There are a lot of requirements. Ashwini-san, I would request here to read out the questions and we can ask Shankara-san to respond. Thank you
Yes,
very much,
please.
Shankara-san.
Thank you.
Yes, there is another question, sir. Other than JLPT qualifications, is business Japanese qualification also necessary to work as an employee in Japan?
It is nothing like that actually. If you have a certification, definitely it will add value. The basically see, for anybody to judge whether you know the language or not, first and foremost is your certificate says okay, you are which level. But more important is how you are very thorough with the language. So the very important and very fundamentally required is listening, and at least the listening and understanding and speaking. This is the minimum requirement. Reading, I can understand. Iragana, katakana is easy to understand and everybody can remember easily. And it is similar to our language, grammar, everything is similar. But kanjis are It is a tough one. Even I remembered I have almost about 2000 kanjis to now. Then I remember hardly any kanjis. So that is my status. But the kanjis, if you know, it's a fantastic.
Yes, we have another question. Sir, I am a BTech IT student. Am I having any opportunities?
IT engineers, I'm telling you, huge opportunities are there. So as an IT engineer, you need to consider two things. One is the language, very much important, that is there. But normally IT engineers, what we are seeing is they're all making the coding, just they are thorough with the coding. So you should be able to work with the machines. So now future of the IT, the definitely coding is the one which is required, but the people IT engineer who can work with the machine can make a big difference. And actually we are finding that kind of human resource shortage, not only in our country, entire world, that shortage is there, but huge opportunities there for the IT engineers.
Yeah, the next question also is something related to the IT jobs. Please elaborate on the IT jobs.
See, IT jobs point of view, just to give a statistic to you, as of today, almost a lakh people, IT engineers are required in Japan. Forget about in Japan, within India also, there is a huge requirement. And why I'm telling this point is, I'm not going to speak about the ITs, the big changes happening in the artificial intelligence, all these things. But if I explain about the auto industry itself, auto industry was completely dominated by the mechanical. Now, as I explained you, software driven hardware means it is going to become a IT. So our cars will have a computer, cars will have a IT coding. Already it's on the job. We are on the job. I'm actually in charge of HR, IT, and legal. So I am already struggling for the resources. So huge opportunities there. But one thing I want to repeat: IT is not just coding. IT is, you should be able to make it like what. See, if we want, what is required is we need to make apps. We need to make a lot of data will come out from the car. So how I should process it, how I will make it, convert it into the customer convenience. That is going to be the big challenge. And autonomous. So it is going to throw many data. I need many data, artificial intelligence, processing, machine learning. All these things are required for the cars. And that is going to be going to rule almost a decade minimum. And over next, actually, there will be air mobility. So without IT in auto, it's not possible. And IT industries, you know that it's one of the biggest for the employment generation. So in that way, IT is having a very huge potential. Have confidence, adopt the learn the whatever IT skills, try to work with the machines, learn language. You are the most highest, best resourceful person for the industry.
We have another question from Karthik San. He's asking, I am a management professional in marketing with 15 plus years of experience and also he's an auto enthusiast. So wanted your view on opportunities if I learn the language.
See, even from the marketing point of view, I want to tell you, the whatever the shortage of resources there in IT and other technical skills area, every field it is there. Frankly speaking, actually, we made a tie-up with the Japanese government, and we wanted to send people to the dealerships, especially for the giving the art-touching experience to the customers. There actually is whether it is sales or service, all put together, it is marketing is sales and marketing is one. So there we wanted to, there were a lot of requirements, and we wanted to send, and we want today also we are perceiving it actually. So if you know the language very well in their country, it will be very marketing is also very important, and you can learn much higher in the sales and marketing area in Japan. And coming to here, actually all Japanese companies definitely will have a person who knows the Japanese. it will become a added advantage. So it is definitely it's good. And you can see one point I want to again I will relate to you is their culture of treating customer is very huge. And sales and marketing, that is a very fundamental. And if you know the language, the acquiring such kind of the essence will be easy.
Yeah. Tanuja-san is asking, how can we pursue higher studies, that is post-graduation in Japan?
I don't have much knowledge about this, but actually, I also was trying for my son actually. So there are many opportunities are there. So only we need to explore. Sorry for my limited knowledge, but what I understand is they take interns, they take even people can technical area. Maybe in medicine area it's difficult because we have to learn the language and we should be thorough with the language. Then only we can enter. But otherwise, in IT area and all, we can. Even I am seeing some of our subordinates, our team members, their children are studying in Japan. So opportunities are there. So only you have to find a right source and try to dig out actually what are the courses are there, and you can. But one point, but what I know is there is a huge opportunity, so people can go there and study.
Just to add on to 1 second, Ashwin-san, just
Yes,
to add
Ramadan.
on to Shankara-san, basically, we generally tell all the students that that's the best vehicle to get into Japan. Go as a student and then get started working there. And lot of universities, as Shankara-san was indicated, lot of universities, you have now that even with English language as a base medium of teaching. So we can connect separately and give you inputs. I think it's the Tarun. Am I right? Tarun sir. Yeah, thanks. Continue.
Yes. Moving on to the next question. Vinith-san wants to know, sir, can learning Japanese be a USP for any student searching for a job?
Definitely. So I'm not just telling about the Japanese language, any foreign language. I strongly recommend everybody that learn one of the foreign language. Learning our local language is very, very important. I'm not disputing it, but more and above, English and any one foreign language is going to become a USP for any student.
Apeksha-san is asking, can you display the opportunities PPT again?
Definitely. Is it visible?
Yes.
You want to know anything more?
Yes, Apeksha-san wanted to know about the opportunities. I hope you are looking at this, Apeksha-san.
Apeksha-san, if you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask us. Ask for.
See, one statistics I want to give it to you. We are producing about almost a 1.4 million engineers. So 35% are having an employable skill, and remaining need to be upgraded. So if people are having the skill, knowledge, and attitude, they will be the most resourceful person, and opportunities existing in India, Japan, across the world. So keep that confidence. So just focus on as a student these three things. If you are learning, if you are an engineer, become a best engineer. If you are doing if you want to take a language as your career, learn language to the fullest extent. So become the best. So he will be definitely resourceful.
So let's move on to the next question. Is it? Yeah, there's another question, Shankara-san. Do chemical engineers also have opportunities?
Definitely. See, why I'm telling with very high confidence is I'm a mechanical engineer, but I started my career as a paint shop engineer. And paint shop is a combination of, it is a chemical and everything. And I was into chemical, and I worked with many chemical industry during the during that career time. So chemical engineers absolutely required every aspects. And coming to the auto industry point of view, we have for making a car, huge chemicals are required, and all those chemicals. And forget about auto industry. You take up any industry, cosmetic industry, or now the lifestyle is going to become a very important aspect for the anybody. So chemicals are required, and chemicals are there, and it is required. And as a chemical engineer, you are the most resourceful person for the industry and for everybody.
We have another question. I am a HR professional with 1 year experience as talent partner. I know it would be difficult to find a job in Japan within my profession, but would you like to use this opportunity to give guidance or insights from you? What steps can I take and grow from now on to land a job in Japan? So, as a HR professional with Japanese skills, he needs your guidance.
See, as a HR member, actually, I am also there. My now is both engineering and HR the background. So, as a HR professional, you two ways are there to reach Japan. One is actually you join company, pursue the language, learn language, and more important is language plus the what kind of skills are having from the HR point of view. And you are having a 1 year experience, but you need to understand how the industry works, and you need to work with the people. You should be able to understand actually what are the HR skills are required. So normally people think HR means recruitment, not that actually. There are so many things are there. So once if you are able to learn the industry skills and your language, definitely you have a bright opportunity in Japanese company or in Japan.
Yes, there's another question by Arpit San. He's asking, he's a graduate and certified with N3 NAT. So is there any opportunity?
Again, the same, I want to repeat. Only language you want to try. So you want to become a translator, or you want to or want to teach only language. So you take it to the higher level and pursue your career. Or if you have additional skill, if you're an engineer, so that will be the language will add value to your profession. So like that is the opportunity existing everywhere.
Yes, there's another question. Sir, MBA with Japanese language, this is worth for the work as an employee in Japan? Shankara-san, am I audible?
Actually, and a few minutes it was.
Yes.
Sorry, I could not be able to listen to you.
Yeah, this is for an MBA graduate. So he's asking about the job opportunity to work in Japan. MBA with Japanese language.
Same actually what I'm going to tell the same point actually. So every profession, if you are a language professional, definitely you have an opportunity in Japanese companies and in Japan. And if you are apart from the Japanese proficiency, if you have a other skill, the skill will add value to your profession and you will be a resourceful person. You have opportunities. I'm telling you, lot of requirements are there in Japanese companies and in Japan.
Okay. there's another question. Sir, do you think there is some form of discrimination in workplace for Indians working in Japan? Women working there, are they treated equals? Have a higher position in career ladder? Do they have a higher position?
This is a really good question, actually. So, uh, now diversity, equity, and inclusivity and equity (DEI). So, is the part of every corporates, and even in Japan, it is taken very high priority. But if I see in Japan, actually, everywhere Japanese female members are working. Very even in the shop floor. Just I want to give you example where I told you about we are sending people if as a skill technicians and also engineers. They all worked with you. Engineers, I can understand. You can all imagine that female workers will be there. So, but in the shop floor, female members are working, and our members work with them, and our ITI guys, they went and worked with them. So this is why I'm telling is as a country, female members, and they're all hardworking people, whether male, female, aged, everybody will work. Coming to and they can reach to the higher position. Even I am having many colleagues, Japanese colleagues in the higher position. They are interacting with us. They're all professionals, and they are reached to the higher positions. But coming to the discrimination point of view, there is no even I not only Japan, I visited other countries also. So in Japan, I could not, I never seen such kind of discrimination by them. So the only thing is, if we normally what happens, sometimes we knowingly or unknowingly, if our behavior is not so good, maybe they may not entertain so well. But if we are good, they will become so close that actually you will not find any difference actually. So discrimination, even in our company also, a lot of Japanese are working surrounding me. So no, we don't have any such kind of things.
Yeah, there's another question. Due to AI and Chat GPT, do we still have scope for bilingual jobs?
See, as I told you, actually, Chat GPT can replace certain things or can make us more productive. By using Chat GPT, I can improve my work efficiency, but it cannot. Finally, it is made by the person.
First.
It's made by the human resources. So the people are required, and whatever tools are there, the tools cannot replace human. Tools can make you more productive or more efficient. So definitely don't assume that some here and there people will be telling that, oh, this will vanish, that will vanish. But one thing, please remember, what is relevant skills are required, we have to adopt. Like example, today some by maybe example autonomous car, if it comes, maybe driving jobs can reduce, but there is another skill which will flourish. So one skill may go down, but another skill will take up. Like this is the industry. It is very common. Even you can imagine, even historically, some skill was there. It is not existing now, but going forward also same.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the work-life balance in Japan versus India?
Very nice. So work-life balance point of view, if they give utmost priority to the family and work-life point of view. So almost country works for 5 day a week, and entire year actually they have golden week and like that. Actually, there will be summer vacation, winter vacation, like that, and basically dedicated for the family. So such kind of, but they are hardworking members. Even now, a lot of the restrictions are coming in Japan to work on limited hours, all these things. This is to make work-life balance better.
Yes. I am a student of BBA, but I want to know about the field of farming in Japan. Is there any opportunity?
farming, I have very limited knowledge, but what I know about farming is they have a beautiful farming techniques. Uh, just to tell you, actually, maybe 2 decades earlier, even the Indian government wanted our farmers to adopt to their farming techniques, because they have a simple farming technique in such a way that actually the yield will be much higher. So such kind of techniques are adopted. I came to know this through our own farmers, not through anyone else. So they were telling actually the Japanese farming is nice and Indian government sent us, and we learned a lot like that actually. So farming techno there also it is there, but I have a very limited knowledge. But even the afforestation point of view also, they have a unique techniques. For example, in our company we are adopting Miyawaki, one of the famous scientists. So his concept is, with a limited area, how to grow thicker forest. Such kind of farming techniques are they're having, very unique. But I have a very limited knowledge about the career in that area.
Okay, let's say the last 3 questions we're taking in. So, how is the scope for biotechnology engineers?
Common answer. Everywhere opportunity. Only we have to have a right skill, knowledge, attitude, and language.
Okay, the next question is about a minimum salary required to survive in Japan.
Minimum salary, a lakh N or 1.6, 1.1 to 1.5 lakh N is the minimum. That is the minimum wages in Japan, roughly about 1.6 lakh N. So with that, actually, that is the most minimum, I'm telling, minimum salary which person can survive. This is my thoughts. It's my experience actually. So with that, comfortably person can live.
Okay. As an expat working in Japan, how are the access to healthcare system, opening bank account, permanent law and order?
These are all much better and very easily done. It can be. I never faced any problem in their country. Even not today's situation. This 3 decade earlier, when I were 26 years back. So the service they gave, whether it is for bank account opening or any of these services, it was very quick. And as I told you, they value time, not like going from morning and waiting till evening. There is a slot, exact on time. The person will come, receive the documents, and clear. And if you have any queries, they very cordially, respectfully, they will explain so well, so that actually it will be very smooth. So there is no such kind of inconvenience or anything. That's what I'm telling you. The inconvenience in Japan is most minimal. We will not face that. That is the culture they're having actually. So how to treat customer best, how to avoid the inconvenience.
Okay, so this is the last question for the session today. Is it tough for vegetarians to thrive in Japan? And is high maintenance to survive in urban Japan or rural Japan? 2 questions actually.
You cannot, vegetarian point of view. One recently, just a week back, one of my colleague, he went to on a personal trip, entire family to Japan. They are pure vegetarians, and they survived. So that is what I can tell. But if you can, there also vegetarian foods are available. But if you are a non-vegetarian, it is easier or faster. That is the better. Is compared to vegetarian, will have some restrictions, some difficulties are there. If you can live with the fruits, vegetables, and tofu and basic things, you can survive easily.
Yes. So,
And the food point of view, I'm telling you, every nook and corner, the food is available. And their whole country is actually so well connected with the metros and everything. And there is a convenience store called 7-Eleven. And 7-Eleven is there in even the remote place to the urban place, everywhere. Just 500 meter you go, you will have a convenience center and vending machine. This is there. That is very nice, very nice. And even in the convenience store, you will get a very qualitative food and all the items. And price wise, comfortable. Like, it's not very expensive or anything. Sometimes I feel in India we are costlier in compared to Japan. Actually, is my personal view.
Yes, that brings us to this end of a Q&A session. Thanks, Shankara-san. Thank you so much for the inputs, valuable inputs. I'm sure that all our participants today will carry home a lot of information, so that they can plan the language learning, the career, everything down the line. Rama-san?
Yeah. Thank you very
One
much,
last word,
Shankara-san. It was
Rama-san,
amazing.
before closing, I want to
Please.
tell my students, whatever you want to do, challenge bigger, keep a higher target. Don't be satisfied with the just incremental target. Keep a very high target. If you are language, keep a higher target. Like, I want to be highest. I want to make A level. Like that, keep a very high level of target. Pursue it. Future is very bright. Thank you. Over to Rama-san.
Thank you very much for these very kind words and very knowledgeable words with a man of, I would say, a detailed experience. Otherwise, this wouldn't have come from you. And also have taken us through a run. We almost felt we were in Japan. So thank you very much for this, sir. It was really good having you. And I hope most of the students who are here, be it learners or non-learners, have taken a lot of insight about what opportunities will be there down the line for them. And as one of the speakers said, think of East. East is the way to go ahead. So please, as sir said, target the top. You can reach it. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you all the students here. Thanks for participating. We will look forward. Shankara-san, as I had indicated, I had communicated to Hari-san, we have the next speaker in December from Larsen and Toubro Technology Services. So I would want you to request you to leave a question for her. She's also from the HR L&D team. So any question for her so that we have a link between the Michis. We're starting it new. So if you can leave a question, we would share it with her.
I don't have anything in mind right now, but if
Sure,
the
you can
question
share
is
it with me,
about,
sir. No issues.
I'll maybe think and share it later. Yeah,
Please,
thank
please,
you.
that will be helpful. That will be very helpful. Thank you very much for your time. I think today you're working, so you've really given us this one full hour slot. Thank you very much from all the students and the colleges who have promoted this. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shankara-san. Once
Thank you.
again, thanking all the participants who joined us on a weekend morning. Have a great weekend, all of you.
Enjoy everybody. Bye. See you.